What's up, guys? So tonight I am excited. I'm recording this video at nighttime. It's a Friday night, and the reason is because we're going to be going to the track, quarter mile, tomorrow being Saturday. So I'm getting the truck ready in anticipation for that, and I'm gonna be showing you guys a few things that I'm gonna do. Not too extensive, but I just wanna get it slightly prepped for the track, at least so we can get somewhat of a baseline and then we can go from there. So let's get into what I'm gonna do and let's get to work. So let's talk about the first major thing we're gonna be doing is getting rid of the 24-inch heavy wheels that are on the truck and putting these stock, much lighter 17-inch wheels. If you guys checked the last video, or if you haven't, definitely check out that video. I weighed these wheels, the 17-inch wheels, in comparison with those 24s, and the difference was insane. These are like 45 pounds with the rim, wheel, and tire combo, so the full thing. And those 24-inch Hellcat replica wheels are like 85 pounds each, so they're still not that bad, honestly. I'll give them that for a 24-inch wheel. They're still not that heavy, but in a, the grand scheme of things, a comparison between a 45-pound wheel and an 85-pound wheel is tremendous. So next thing, let's talk about tires. Obviously, these are just the stock Wrangler, Goodyear Wrangler tires. Not the best tire, of course, for almost whatever we're calling this, a Pro Charge, maybe 550 to 600 range horsepower truck. So definitely not the best tire as far as traction goes, but I don't honestly care about the rubber on this. So if we have to light these things up to get them super sticky to try to make a good pass, I'll do it. I don't care if they come back bald after tomorrow. That's not even an argument. So, but it's just what we're working with right now. So I'm probably obviously not going to be able to leave super hard with these tires on. So I won't be able to like launch the truck like tremendously out of the gate or off the line, but we'll do our best. We'll see what it gets. And this is really just a shakedown run to see where we're at roughly with the truck. So first things first, wheels off and 17-inch wheels on. And next thing up is, as far as maintenance goes, I'm going to be changing the diff fluid. The diff is going to be taking a huge beating tomorrow. So I got some Royal Purple, some good stuff, and I just want to go over this with you guys. It does actually have the high friction modifier additive. So because it has an LSD in there, limited slip differential in this truck with the 392s, it does require that additive. So this one has it in it, but just as a safety precaution, I'm also going to add this Mopar one limited slip additive. So we'll throw that in there as well, just to be on the safe side, because again, that differential is going to take a beating tomorrow with drag racing it, and especially with that much power. So I'm going to go ahead and drain that fluid and some other things. What else are we gonna do? We're gonna do some small, minor weight reduction. I mentioned this in the live video, but there are some other guys, trucks, and Hemis in particular, and fourth gens that they're gutting them a lot. So they're taking a lot of stuff off or weight to try to shed weight for the track, which I would totally do if it was maybe a little bit easier on my truck. But my middle seat, or middle, I don't have a seat, I have a center console. That thing is a pain to try to remove. So it's not like a jump seat or, the center seat where it's kind of just got 4 bolts and out it comes. It's pretty integrated into the dash, and it's got CD player with wires and all that nonsense. So I really don't feel like trying to take that out. I could technically probably remove the passenger seat, but then you're gonna deal with, SRS and airbag lights, because there's airbags in these seats, and on the story goes. Because I mean, these seats, as you can hopefully see, there's a tag on it, they have airbags, so they have side airbags in the seats. And I just really don't feel like messing with that. I'm not that hardcore about the racing thing yet with this truck. And I want to talk about that in a completely different video, because I kind of just want to see what times this thing's gonna run, and then we'll go from there and decide what we're gonna do with trucks and projects and everything on the channel. But as far as weight reduction, so we're not gonna touch the interior, but I am gonna remove the tailgate because it is fairly straightforward and it's an easy way to ditch some pounds. And I showed you guys in a video with Jason how to remove that. So I'm gonna remove that, and I'll also remove the spare tire. So that's about it as far as prep. And then one last thing which we are gonna do is, right now there's 91 octane in the tank because that's pretty much what's readily available around here, and I wasn't really planning on this. So 91 is in the tank. I have just over half a tank, and it's not that far to the track. So what my idea is, because I have the 91 tune and the 91 in the tank, I'm gonna run some passes, see how it works, and then after that We'll probably do maybe about 3 passes with the 91 in the tank. After that, I'm gonna dump in this VP Racing octane booster, which I talked to Jay Green about, and he's used it with good results. If you guys have heard of VP Racing, they're huge. They're the ones that actually make race fuel, so I don't think that they're selling us bogus in a can. He said he's used this and it actually truly works. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna put that in. I'll probably do a pass or 2 with this in, with still the 91 tune, just allow this stuff to kind of shake up in the tank and mix with it. And then we'll switch over to the 93 tune, load it up, and make a few more passes. So hopefully that shakes things up and squeezes out as much as possible, but no more talking, let's get to work. Okay, so next we're gonna take off the tailgate. I showed you guys before, but you have to take off the cables and you have to take off this, the wire harness for the tailgate as well. So some people were asking me, and I'll show you here, one-handed hopefully, but I'll show you exactly how it comes out. So these things come off pretty simply. You just lift these tabs and slide those over, those come off, no big deal, right? And then this, as far as the wiring harness, you'll see this little tab right here. So you're gonna push in on that tab first. And once you push in on that tab, this whole thing, I'm trying to do it with one hand at the camera at the same time, that whole thing will lift out like that once you release that tab. Then you'll see it kind of slide over like so. And then you will see a button on the top here that you have to get to. So I know there really isn't that much room. And I watched Jason kind of do it, and it didn't look that easy, but there you go. So you'll see this red tab, slide the red locking tab back, and then we'll squeeze this thing, all while doing it with one hand. There we go. So we'll squeeze this, I hope, with one hand. Boom, there it is. Okay, so that's off. We can tuck this back in for now. And this we'll just have to tuck here just temporarily, just so we can flip this up. But I'm gonna get another hand and we'll lift the tailgate off. Now that the tailgate's off, we'll grab the toolkit. We'll take out the spare tire. So that's pretty straightforward. I don't think I really have to explain this, but this is gonna help me with something else, which I'm gonna show you in just a second once we get the spare tire out of here. What? Get to work. Okay, so we got the spare tire out of there. I'm just gonna wind up that thing again. And what I was starting to say, or letting you know, is the rear differential actually takes a 14mm Allen key to drain it. There's a drain bolt on the bottom. I don't have that. It's about 11 o'clock at night. So I'm going to just pull the cover off, or at least, yeah, I'm gonna pull the cover off, and we'll end up doing it the old school way. So I got some silicone, some Permatex black stuff, or right stuff, so I'm just gonna use that instead. But let's crank this back up and get in there. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna move all these 13mm bolts and just take the whole cover off, since we don't have the 14mm Allen. So I'm just gonna rip this off real quick. We'll let this drain and keep going. So we're just cleaning up the cover right now, just getting all the old gasket off. Also have some brake clean. So we'll continue to get everything cleaned up and prepped for the new gasket maker and the oil. Okay, so both surfaces are now clean. So we're gonna go ahead and apply the Permatex Right stuff. This stuff's really good if you guys haven't seen it before, but it sets right away, and you can pretty much put oil or fluids in your vehicle almost immediately, and this stuff is insanely good. You'll never experience any leaks. I've used this on a lot of stuff and never had any issues, so check this stuff out. But I'm gonna apply it and put a nice bead around here, plop this on, and tighten those bolts. Okay, now that the bolts are all tight and the Permatex is dry, we can go ahead and put in our limited slip additive. I like to put this in first just so you don't end up not being able to fit it later. So I always want to put it first just so I make sure I fit it in there and not fill it up with oil first, because if you fill it up with oil first, you might not be able to fit this in. So I like to put this in first. It's nice with the spare tire out here. You can actually sit here and get a funnel in. So it's an added bonus of taking the spare tire out first to get in here for this differential. So I'm gonna put this in and then I'll continue with the royal purple and fill this up. So we're gonna fill it until it hits the bottom of this hole, and once it comes up to here and starts trickling out, we know it's full. Alright guys, the diff is full of fluid and we are all set. So the plug's back in, bolts are tight, no leaks, we can get out from underneath here. Alright you guys, it is super late here. It's like 1 in the morning right now, but the truck is ready to go. We have the stock wheels on it. Tailgate is removed. Spare tire is removed. Diff fluid is changed. We got royal purple in the back. We got the limited slip differential added fluid in there. I'm tired. I'm probably not making sense, but everything is ready to go. And we'll bring some tools with us. Hope we don't need them, but we'll bring them anyways. There's those. Here's the 24s obviously off. Got the tailgate on the floor over here. And yeah, we're pretty much set. I'm gonna, like I said, bring that octane booster. And we'll see what she can run tomorrow, but she should be all set. So that's gonna do it for today's video, guys. I hope you liked it. If you did like it, make sure you give it a thumbs up for me. Make sure you're subscribed and turn on that bell notification next to the subscribe button so you're informed of all the latest videos as they get posted. But as always, guys, thank you so much for your support, and we'll see you on the next video. Take care.